Alright, so the websites you're gonna use are Google, so you can look for the images, PicMonkey, so you could edit it, and Flaming Text is so you could add like nice looking text over it. Alright, so Google, the first thing you want to do on Google is look for a background, something you could work on. I recommend you, whether you use a white background or a gray background, like a light gray background. So you know your images that you put on the images you put on it is like, so it could be more visible. If you want to make it just look your image stand out the most, I recommend you use a white background, a white rectangle. I would recommend you search for a rectangle, so when you start working on it you don't have to change it too much. So yeah, look for a white rectangle or a gray one. I prefer using a gray one because it doesn't look too plain. I also recommend you search for large, so when you upload the pictures when you upload the thumbnail on YouTube doesn't have to upscale it or downscale it, so it avoids the image from being pixelated. So you know, I like the first image that we get, but these are other images. They look alright, but the first one is basic, so that's the one I'm gonna go with. So then again, yeah, you could use any other backgrounds you want. Like if you're using a screenshot and you rather just use that, then you could use that. Or if you wanna, you know, try to make a more colorful one, just look for whichever color. Just try to look for the light version of it. So like if you want to use an orange background, just put like a light orange background. If you really want to use black, go ahead, but it's up to you. So let's say I want to make a Destiny thumbnail for, let's say, a Destiny montage. So the first thing I'll look for like those little characters in the game. So if I were to write Destiny transparent, I'm most likely to find an image of a Destiny character without a background. And what that means is that if I were to save this picture on my computer and then use if I were to then upload the picture, use the picture and put it on other picture, you're only going to get the image by itself. You're not going to get the little white rectangle behind it. And to make sure the background is transparent, when you look at the picture, make sure that the background has like white and gray squares all around it. That means that you only get the picture by itself. So you're gonna see right now, I'm gonna click on one of the pictures and the background is just white, which means that if I were to save this on my computer, I'm gonna get that little white rectangle around it, and it's just, I don't want that. So just make sure that the background has has gray and white boxes. This also works with any other images. So let's say you're gonna do like celebrity gossip. You go on Google, and let's say you want to do something about Eminem. You write Eminem transparent background, and you're most likely to get a picture of Eminem without a background. And then you could do whatever you want. You could write you could just edit the picture how you want without the background being in your way. Alright, so now you go to PicMonkey.com. And what I like about this website is that you could edit your picture without having to download you don't have to download anything except the picture itself. So yeah, so you go to PicMonkey.com, you go to upload, or I think that's something like that. It's the first option you get, and you look for your background, and that's the one you upload from your computer. The first thing you want to do once you're on PicMonkey.com after you upload your picture is resize it. So it's the first category you see is the last option. So then you just uncheck keep proportion so it doesn't ruin your perfect rectangle. On the left box you want to put 2560, and on the right box you want to put 1440. So basically this is like the perfect size for YouTube. This means that when you upload this thumbnail to a YouTube video you want, YouTube doesn't make it bigger or smaller. This is the perfect size. Nothing will be touched. And yeah. So then you go to the butterfly looking thingy, and then you click your own. And what an overlay is basically a picture over another picture. So I look for the pictures I downloaded without a background, the transparent background, which I forgot where I put it. But yeah, once you find it, You click on the image you want to overlay on it, you click open, and then just wait a little bit, and boom, there you go. There's the image I got from YouTube from Google. And then you could see that it doesn't have that white rectangle it would have had if I just wrote Destiny blah blah blah. So has no background, which means that right now I'm gonna try to make it bigger. You don't see any of the white pixels you would have had if you cropped it yourself or all that. It's just the image of the character, and you just move it wherever you want to put it on. And then since I had another picture, I'm gonna go put that here as well. Yeah, just remember where you put your images, because I have a tendency of forgetting where I saved them. So there's the second image. Just wait a little bit, and it's usually longer, but since I'm recording the computer screen, it's making it take a while. Alright, so there you go. And yeah, most of these images, they're like perfectly cropped. So shout out to whoever took the time to make these images without a background. Thank you. Alright, so there's the second image. You just move it to wherever you want it to be. Again, you could, if you're creative, you're gonna find a way to make these more look way much better. I'm just making this to show you guys, quick and simple. So it looks really hideous. Alright, so flaming text. I know you may be looking at this, and yeah, you may think. Alright, so yeah, I'm sorry my audio got cut off, but yeah, so you go to flamingtext.com, and then when I first saw this website, I thought that the logos that you could use are very cheesy, which most of them are. But if you go to page 8, you're gonna find this one that I enjoy, and I think most people would, since it looks very cartoony, yet it doesn't look as cheesy as these. Because if you look at these, they all look like something that came out of PowerPoint, which are, I don't know, I personally don't like none of these logos except for a few. And I like one that you're gonna see coming up. It's called Future Drama. And yeah, they don't add new logos, so these are not gonna keep changing around. If you find one you like, I'll say just bookmark it, so you don't have to go through each one of these pages. But yeah, like that one, Future Drama, I like the way it looks, but I like the one on page 8 the most, because it kind of looks cartoony. And yeah, you don't really need these logos or text, whatever. But if you want to add something like most YouTubers do on their thumbnails, you just you could just look at whichever one you like and just write your whatever the video is gonna be about. But yeah, you don't really need this in a video. I just feel like it adds more to the thumbnail. So yeah, this is the one I found, and I really like this the most. So the first thing you do when you find the text, logo, whatever you like, you go to background. I don't know what I was doing here, but yeah, you go to background and you click transparent. This means that when you save the text, you're only gonna get the word, the letters, the phrase, or whatever you're saving, and you're not gonna get that white rectangle behind it, like the same way you didn't get the white rectangle when you look for the pictures on Google. So yeah, you could change the text, you could change the size of the text, and you could change the font. I feel like if you don't like this style, just change the font. If you go to logo on the same right next to text, you could change the color of the logo if you don't want it red. You go to shadow, and you could change that. You could take away the shadow, you could change different shadows, you could change the shadow's color, whatever. It's all up to you. I usually just change the text and then just change the background to transparent. So once you know what you want, you click on personal use. Do not click commercial use, because if you click commercial use, for some reason it makes you want to pay like $10. You don't want to pay $10. I don't want to pay $10. So just click personal use, and you could download your image for free. So once you got whatever text you need, you click out, then you go back to picmonkey.com, and the same way you added the pictures, you add the text. Just look wherever you downloaded it, and like I said before, you could change it to whatever you want. I'm just making this quick and simple so you could see the type of thumbnails you guys could make if you actually put the effort into looking into Google on how to make decent thumbnails. I'm just tired of going on YouTube and watching people find an image from Google and making that their thumbnail. Like, it looks very unappealing. But if you don't care about thumbnails, you don't have to worry about it. If you do care about thumbnails, this is something simple. If you want to take your time, like this, I made this like in 10 minutes. If you want to put the time into making a better looking one, you could do it using these websites. They're all free unless you put commercial use, which you don't really have to. Just click personal use. But look, I just used 3 websites. I came up with this thumbnails. Everything was free. I didn't download anything but pictures. It's simple. It's easier to do this, in my opinion, than having to Photoshop and all that. But yeah, there's another way you can make a thumbnail without using Photoshop, without downloading program. It's all free. Thank you for watching. Remember, if you want to make a better looking emblem, just put the time into it. Like, this is something I would use for a Destiny montage if I was into that. But yeah, any questions, just comment below. That's it. Like I said, thank you for watching. Bye.
All American. First team, bitch. Yeah. I got a fake ID and a checklist. It goes never meet a girl on Craigslist. And never spend your money on a necklace. 3 square meals, homie, gotta have breakfast. Real shit.